How can you use EFT tapping for a young athlete like a baseball player? I'm Gina Paris from Built to Win Coaching, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, so this is Nathan Paris. He's not quite the super young athlete anymore, but we are going to answer a few questions that came from one of our readers named Chris. So go ahead and read them a little bit at a time, read them and I'll answer each question as it comes, and then we'll tap together.
So he says, everything I've found so far on it being tapping deals with adults, but you're the first who I've heard mention doing it for young athletes. Do us parents do the tapping?
Yeah, we tap and they follow along. Okay. We tap on ourselves. They follow along on themselves.
Do we have him actually say the phrase about what he's anxious about and accepting himself?
Yeah, so you'll want to ask beforehand, tell me, what are you feeling, and get his words for it.
And would you use different terminology for young athletes as opposed to older athletes?
Yeah, I'd use his words rather than, you want to use their own language.
And this is the tricky one. How do you find quiet time in a house with a 1-year-old, a wild 4-year-old, and an 11-month-old?
Great question. That one, I don't know. I used to just put them in front of the TV and
give them some NyQuil.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, they might cut off all their hair, Kristen.
Okay. And then when is the ideal time to do it? Night before, shortly before the game, any time before?
Yeah, all of the above. Some of the players like to tap beforehand just because it helps them calm whatever nerves came up on the spot. Some like to tap as they're falling asleep thinking about the game, or just anytime that you feel anxiety triggered.
I like to tap about probably 30 minutes to an hour before I had to be at the field, and I felt like that gave me enough time to go into my whole routine with a fresh mindset and a fresh just approach to the whole mental game. And so that's what I preferred, was about an hour before I had to show up. And those are all the questions.
Cool. So let's go ahead. We'll do a tap along. And should we pretend you're 7 or just deal with... Oh, the thing is, like this dad mentioned that he stays really positive and encourages their process. Basically, he does everything right. So he noticed that this child's anxiety is internal. So sometimes it's just great to ask, think about an anxiety that you have triggered in baseball, and then just ask, what's the earliest time you remember feeling like that? Does it remind you of anything?
I hate making errors.
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking?
Sure. Does that feeling of making an error, does it remind you of anything outside of baseball or anything that happened earlier, a long time ago?
Well, I think one thing it reminds me of is when I was 9 years old, I think I would have had to be. It was our travel tournament, and it was the first travel tournament I ever played in. And I was playing left field, and a kid hit a high fly ball down the line, and instead of diving for it, I let it hit the ground, and a runner scored, and we lost. And that was the last game we got to play, and I always felt really bad for it. And I think errors sort of remind me of that one time, a long time.
Oh, that's interesting. So I wonder if you were just 9, if it might have reminded you of anything earlier. You know, you never know. So you can ask if it opens something up. That's interesting. We probably should have worked on that memory before high school. But
I've got it figured out.
He's got it figured out. So here's just an example, and you can follow along. It's first, one of the biggest things is to really relax. That brings down your heart rate and lets you tune really into the emotion. So let's say you're heading out to play, and you're thinking about the last few times that you got upset on the field, and you're a little person, young, 7 or 8. On a scale of, well, let's just breathe first. Let's breathe in for 4. You can set your timer to 440 to follow along. Let's breathe in. Hold that for 4 and exhale. Hold the exhale for 4. Breathe in again. Good. Hold that and exhale. You want to get really, really present in your body right now. Let's breathe in one more time. This is a great time to not be distracted. Hold that inhale. Now exhale for 4. Okay, cool. Now as you think about heading to the field, is there any image at all that feels stressful or anything in your body, you know, in your chest, your stomach, your hands, your legs, anything that feels stressed or anxious or upset?
7-year-old me?
Yeah. Oh, you just loved everything about it when you were 7.
Yeah, I was good then.
So we'll just go back to that one error, how you felt after that game.
I just felt upset. I felt like it was all my fault.
All right,
I guess.
cool. So we'll do a real traditional tapping routine, even though that was so upsetting.
Even though that was so upsetting.
And I let everybody down.
And I let everybody down.
And now it's over.
And now it's over.
Because of me.
Because of me.
I know I'm still a great kid.
I know I'm still a great kid.
Even though I feel so upset.
Even though I feel so upset.
I hated that feeling.
I hated that feeling.
I wish I could do it over.
I wish I could do it over.
And catch the ball.
And catch the ball.
I totally accept myself anyway.
I totally accept myself anyway.
And all these feelings are okay.
And all these feelings are okay.
Yeah. Now you want to totally picture that thing that triggered such upset feeling. Is there anything you're picturing, like people's faces or missing the ball? What's the total?
I just see the ball hitting the ground.
Okay.
And then the runner score.
Okay, cool. So picture that as you're tapping. So whatever your situation is that was upsetting. So it's inner eyebrow, outer eyebrow. To me, we're speaking to everything you've seen about that. You see it hitting the ground. And now everything that was said, everything you said, I'm so stupid, that's so frustrating, why couldn't I do better? Oh, I'm so mad. All those things you've said. So upper lip and lower lip, I'd say that's everything you've said about the issue. Yeah, this is a target that I use right in front of the ears because this is an energy target. And to me, this speaks to everything you've heard about the issue, all the sounds. Do you remember anyone saying anything or the sounds or the other people cheering?
I remember Dad saying, "Why didn't you die?"
Gosh. Why didn't you die? So that's good, whatever you heard. Yeah, go ahead and tap as you say that. Why didn't you dive?
Why didn't you die?
And now, this collarbone area, it's actually right up here where there are these targets. You want to hit those with your whole hand. And I actually call that everything you believed about it. But still picture that. Why didn't you dive? Did you feel like Dad's mad at you?
He was just puzzled.
He was just puzzled. Okay. So you're just tapping. And then this wrist, there's targets on each wrist. And I kind of take these to speak to all the actions that we took or didn't take. You know, why didn't I dive?
Why didn't I dive?
Good. Let's do it again. That's probably why I hate errors.
That's probably why I hate errors.
I hate making errors.
I hate making errors.
I hated that error.
I hated that error.
That was awful.
That was awful.
That was awful.
It was awful.
You hear all those right there? Yeah.
I've never done this one before.
I know, but it's in the book. It's in the book I wrote. All those mistakes.
All those mistakes.
It makes me sad.
Makes me sad.
Why didn't I dive?
Why didn't I dive?
All right. Why didn't I dive?
Why didn't I dive?
Cool. Let's take a breath. Now, if the anxiety is low, you can go ahead and speak whatever energy you want. How would you want to feel?
Happy.
Happy. Cool. Just say that. Happy.
Happy.
All this happiness.
All this happiness.
All this happiness.
All this happiness.
Unconditional happiness.
Unconditional happiness.
I think I'm happy.
I'm happy.
Happiness.
Happiness.
Baseball happiness.
Baseball happiness.
Right here. Baseball happiness.
Baseball happiness.
I'm feeling calm and happy.
I'm feeling calm and happy.
Why do I feel so happy?
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 Why do I love baseball?
Why do I love baseball?
Why do I love it so much?
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 Why do I feel so happy?
Why do I feel so happy?
Yeah. Let's take a breath. So you can just kind of keep doing that. You can target top of the head, eye, so inner eyebrow, outer eyebrow, under your eye, upper lip, lower lip. I add the ear, even though it looks like your jaw. It's just a really good target. Even, in fact, all the way around your ears is effective. Collarbone, what you believe, everything you've said, heard, everything you've seen, heard, said, believed, and done about that issue. So you just tap through those targets and you'll know when the anxiety is low, when your confidence is a 10, then
You'll play like a 10.
You'll play like a 10. So you can find out more at builttowin.com. Get some free stuff there. And we will be in your corner to help you win your game and love your life. Till next time, keep playing to win.